Hi there, this is Roxane Webster with my home team at Keller Williams Advantage in Colorado. We service the greater Denver metro area, and here is another vid from your assumption guru. Boy, most agents have been in the business for only, less than 10 years. So they've only ever worked in a hot seller's market, let alone worked in the assumption space. And as people are starting to poke around saying, oh, somebody may want to assume a loan that's got a lower interest rate, and they think that all you do is call the bank and fill out a form, send it off to them, and then boom, you're off to the races. It is more complicated than that. The reason I say that is that the banks are in the same position that a lot of people are, a lot of businesses are, that they've been laying off people, right? And they've all got assumption departments, but those departments have got a few people working in them since this is a part of the market that just hasn't been applicable for decades, literally. So what we're going to see out of the banks is that they're going to be beefing up those departments, but they're hiring new people who need to be trained. Their older people aren't experienced. They've learned about an assumption in a manual, but certainly not done a lot of them because just we've been in an environment where the interest rates were so low that it made no sense to assume somebody's loan. In order to get an assumption closed, which for a buyer means that they would get a significantly lower payment, and for a seller would mean that their house is worth more because the buyer can get it at a much lower payment than they could get the same house next door for using a conventional loan. But in order to get that process done takes anywhere from 60 to 90 days, and that's if you know how to work them. Right? Because since we're dealing with an unskilled workforce at the bank, the real estate agent has to be the one who's really driving this transaction for you, sitting on hold with the banks for hours, actually making sure that that file is being nudged forward, that they've got everything they need. It's not a passive process. So if you've got an FHA or a VA or a USDA loan and it's at an interest rate at, less than 4%, and you've been thinking about selling in the next year, you've got a little window of opportunity, but goodness, you need to talk to somebody who's experienced and knows how to do these. Like me, your assumption guru. So if you'd like to have a conversation with me, I can talk to you about how this process works, and that'll give you the information you need to decide if this is a good path for you. Click on the link, share this vid with anybody else who might be interested, and I look forward to speaking with you.